Hello, this is Warren King talking about the 5 elements of healing. Today, in the desert, in the hot sun, we're talking about the fire element. It's the upward energy. You know, when you light a flame, it always goes upwards. In the daily cycle, it has to do with the noon, when we're most awake during the day. In the cycle of the whole year, it's the summer. Everyone loves summer. Less work, more play, picnics outside, buzzing insects. It's wonderful. In Chinese medicine, every element rules 2 organs. So the fire element is the heart, everybody's favorite organ, and the small intestine. Did you know your heart can pump 2,000 gallons of blood a day? It pumps 100,000 times a day. That's 2.5 billion times in your lifetime. There can be yin problems and yang problems with the heart. So if we have too much sugar or alcohol or chocolate or too much yin food, that can weaken the heart and make it expanding and weak. If we have too much contraction, it can block up the heart and cause heart disease, like too much meat, too much cheese. The small intestine actually has an amazing surface area. It has all these little finger-like villi with microvilli. So you know how they say that skin is the biggest organ in the body? If you flatten out the small intestine, it's 10 times bigger than your skin. 70% of your immune system actually lives in your small intestine. And if you're eating foods like too much sugar and things that weaken the junctures between the cells in the small intestine, whole food molecules like wheat, gluten, or dairy, casein, can get into your bloodstream and your body reacts to it, and the immune system creates an immune reaction and you get food allergies. There's a flavor connected with every organ. So the heart is the bitter element, and our American diets have very little bitter, mostly just coffee and chocolate. So you should have things like arugula and sesame seeds and quinoa, endives. There's so many good bitter foods. And in the summertime, you don't even feel like being in the hot kitchen, which makes sense because the bitter element, like in salads, is raw food. Exercise is so important for the heart. Do you know if you exercise a moderate amount, you could have 45% less chance of heart disease than if you are sedentary? In the book on the 5 elements, it talks about different herbs, like cayenne pepper being good for blockages in the heart. Hawthorn berries strengthen the heart. Green tea is a little bitter, that's good too. In the facial diagnosis, every part of the face represents a part of the body. So the nose is the heart. You know that traditional view of an alcoholic with that big purple nose? That's the alcohol yin expanding the capillaries and expanding and weakening the heart. The small intestine has to do with the inner lips and the corner of the lips. So if you have cracks in the corner of your lips, that's a small intestine problem, likely from bad food combinations, like mixing fruit with meat. So things ferment and it breaks open the junctions in the intestine and causes those cracks. In the Oriental medicine, they believe that every organ has a different emotion. The emotion of the heart is joy. It has to do with love and your self-image and your relationships. Relationships, like when you give chocolate to a girlfriend in a box, you don't give it in the shape of a gallbladder, you give it in the shape of a heart, because heart means love. But if it's imbalanced, you can get anxiety and panic. You can see the shen, which is the spirit of the organs of the heart, in your eyes. If you've seen these mass killers on the news, you look at their eyes and they're like very wide and full of terror. That's their shen is disturbed. But when the shen's balanced, you see a glowing light in the eyes and you can feel the compassion. When you sleep at night, your shen should be at peace. If your shen is disturbed, it can cause you to wake up and cause insomnia. Besides herbs and qigong exercises and recipes for the heart, I talk about acupressure points. There's a point here, which is on the pericardium meridian, which is 2 widths from the wrist crease, right in the middle here. That's called pericardium 6, which has to do with the emotions of the heart, like anxiety, but is also very good for nausea and panic attacks and tightness in the chest. So eat the bitter foods like arugula, quinoa, kumquats. Exercise every day. Get your heart really moving, not just Eastern exercise like yoga or Tai Chi, but get your heart and lungs moving every day in some way. And don't eat too much meat and cheese and fatty foods or too much expansive foods like too much chocolate or sugar. So I hope you have a happy and healthy heart, small intestine, and fire element. Warren King, signing off.